Okay, I call the Thurston County Fire Protection District 8 Board of Commissioner meeting together for June 9th, 2026. And call over public comments. Anybody? No. So then we'll go to Station 83 project and Patton and McBride.
I'll start off just to ask
Yes.
for an update on our project over there. As you know, we are in the process of upgrading the fire protection system over there, which includes replacing the fire pump and attendant electrical equipment, as well as buying a new electrical generator set. So this second phase, as Steve will explain, includes replacing the above ground tanks that we have, as well as finishing the underground piping and basically finishing up the project this year. So anyway, so
Okay.
We've been meeting and going through this project, and so I asked Steve maybe if he could give us a kind of an update where we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, happy to do that. What he said.
Ditto.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, but you're the expert.
Still, gotta go. So, yeah, to recap, so the overarching goal here, the theme is to get Station 83, the infrastructure serving it, up to a new life. The fire pump you mentioned is 30 years old. The storage tanks for the fire system were used when they were put in 30 years ago. So we've actually had some non-destructive testing of the tanks, and they're deteriorating. And
Those are metal tanks that are there? Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and the foundation is not up to seismic code, so those have to go. But in trying to be good stewards and finding a general contractor that would efficiently do a generator, a fire pump, a reservoir, and some underground piping, is you end up paying someone to be an accountant. And so we broke this thing down into what we tended to be 3 phases. And the first was a very simple, get a new generator, one that would power the fire pump and the station. I think the generator was 15 years old or more anyway, but and upgrade the fire pump, upgrade some of the insides of the building. And that work is substantially done. We got some closeout punch list stuff that we're taking care of. So that's finished. Last fall, it was last fall, we submitted to Thurston County to get the environmental review done on the new reservoir, something that they required. And we learned a couple of things in that process. One, that there's a drain field underneath the pavement out in front of the tanks, and the annex building still drains there. Not very well, because it was quite plugged when we went out to investigate and test it, but but the county health department had records, and we've got that superimposed, and they said, yeah, we want to have sewer service to that annex building, but we're going to pump it over into the existing one. And so we'll add that into our next phase. Ideally, the thinking was that, again, the new concrete reservoir that replaces the old is about the same cost as everything else that we need to do. And so once again, we have electricians, and we have pipe fitters, and we have some specialized control systems and demolition, and we've got to find one general to do all that, which is not usually easily done, and you pay a premium for that. So we looked at the options and built a justification or at least an analysis of why we thought sole source would be a good way to go on the reservoir. On advice of council, they didn't agree. And so we repackaged everything else and instead of phase 2 and 3, one more phase. The good news is that the concrete manufacturer or supplier of this tank has changed his business model as well, and they are willing to generate. Where they used to say, we do tanks, that's it, give me a pad. And, but now he said, no, we'll be okay with that. And as a matter of fact, he just this morning furnished some updated costs for their stuff, which went down 25 cents a gallon from what we budgeted. So as it turns out, the savings paid for the general markup. So the number that we had to do phase 2 and 3 was like 411,000, and it's now 411,600. So we're good shape there. So we've gotten through the county's permit process. We've gotten one of the other things we learned is we had to do an asbestos survey of the steel tanks before we could demo them. There is none. Big surprise, but done it. And so we have a permit to get from ORCA, the Regional Air Authority, which is pretty much over the counter. So we get that permit, and we're busily packaging up the final plans to go in and replace the broken PVC piping, and freshen that up to new stuff, demo the tanks, build the new one, of course, provide an extra supply to the tank from the potable water well, in addition to the old well that we're using to fill the tanks. And before the end of this month, we should be ready to go out to bid. And
And you're going out to bid for another contractor, a general?
yes, yes. And I believe that the general will actually be the supplier of the tank, but we'll get somebody else to do all the.
You're hoping that will happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Or
sure-
someone
I'm
wants
just trying
to-
to write it down, right?
Yeah, if someone wants to general it, for a lower price, I'm fine with that too. But, so, and if we do all that, then by the end of this year, you should be all ready to rock and roll up there. New towers, new fire pump, new generator, all good to go.
Does anybody have any questions?
So the anticipation is then this summer and fall that all this would be constructed, is that right?
Yeah, probably more fall than summer.
Right.
The first thing, the long lead item, if you will, right after the bid is awarded, they'll have to get the engineering drawings for the tank into the county for a building permit. And so there's a little bit of lead time there. Of course, there's other things to do and pads to prep and whatnot. So we won't have any lost time, but that'll kind of delay, a month or something like that. But the construction of the tower itself is pretty remarkable. They have quite a system, and it goes up quick. There'll be four lifts, that's cylindrical, 5 foot tall, and they just place them, boom, 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 boom. Put a lid on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
That's it.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, just wanted to keep you apprised of it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
My pleasure.
Okay, so then we have the monthly report, chief's monthly report. Anybody have any questions?
Apologize for the late delivery, but combination of late report from the county and Heidi being gone last week. I did get it to you before the meeting.
Yeah.
I didn't find the obligatory error, but I did want to just two things that I've noted and just I comment on our on the first page under emergency response and just talking about total number of calls to date. Yeah, things are marching right along. Quite a bit of business. So good for us. And then the other one is on page 2 of 4 under IR&R staffing levels, and I note 100% in there. And so thank you all for the good work on that.
Yeah, it has come with a bit of a price. There was some overtime expended to achieve that, but yeah, good news. Our average this year is about 98, 99%. So
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Very good.
So the only thing I'm reading is when it says total of calls. Should be total number of calls. And then the number. The way it's written, it says total of 509 calls. Okay, so it's, you can read it a couple different ways, and so it's like it kept throwing me off as I was reading it, like it was like not,
Missing an article.
like it was missing
Yeah.
something, but okay, never mind. Now that I reread it again for the 15th time.
there you go. That's fine.
Okay, that's good. Anybody else? Any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Staffing.
Well, I got regional.
Oh,
Regional collaboration.
oh, sorry.
A quick briefing. I think
Hear about
really not a heck of a lot has happened since our last report to you. However, we do have follow-up meetings concerning the staffing that we'll have on June 18th. And that will be with that committee that was developed to look at that. And then on June 26th, the Finance and Administrative Committee will meet. And then after that, then we'll have probably another meeting with the
Everybody.
elected officials and to kind of bring back what.
On the 29th, isn't that already scheduled? With the elected officials?
26, I think there's some confusion. I think the 26th is the date,
Is that the one that
the Friday one.
Chief Brooks
Yes.
sent out? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Does that mean elected officials like all of us?
no, the administrative.
The 26th of June
The
is
group
for
that started the first meeting.
Yeah.
That's the group
on the 26th.
on the 26th.
On Monday, the 29th.
The 29th is everybody that was at the, not this group, but the one that met at Lacey.
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
And
Oh, I don't.
I think the 26th is the finance group's meeting.
Yeah,
I didn't have that one on mine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, the 29th then
I
would
don't
be
have
that.
the 29th on
The
mine.
18th is the labor group's.
But we don't, us as commissioners don't have to be there.
Correct.
not on the
It was-
18th or the
Okay.
26th.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was our subcommittee, if you will.
Okay,
So
okay,
Pam and I.
okay, yes,
Yeah.
okay. I just have to make sure I have it on my calendar so it's not interfering anything.
Yeah.
Because I won't be here in August.
Okay.
Right, and then on staffing update, Chief LeMay reported that we have no volunteers left for any reason this month.
We have no volunteers.
No, we do have volunteers,
We had none, we had no changes in our volunteer staffing. Is that
no
what you mean to
changes
say?
in the
Yeah.
level of staffing.
Okay, thank you.
So, we also have one career member return from extended leave back on shift. And one career member who was on extended leave is on light duty.
Okay,
So we're almost up to full speed. And like I mentioned, in order to keep from 83 rounding out, there was a fair amount of overtime involved, so. Reminder, I think you may have seen this, our 3 career members are graduating from the South Sound Recruit Academy. The ceremony will be on June 20th at the North Thurston High School Event Center,
What time is that at?
2:00.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to attend, but I'm having a bridal shower at my house that day, at that time.
So anyway, just to let you know.
Okay.
Gonna plan to attend that one? Oh, maybe. I might be there. Okay. Still up in the air. Good on you.
Culmination of a lot of hard work, so.
Yeah. I'll give
That's all
you
I
a
have.
high five for me.
Okay, I have it on my calendar. I can try and make it there, yes,
It's
absolutely.
like all these conflicts this year. It's just crazy. Okay, is that it?
Yes,
Okay, so then we have the COT update status. Heidi?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you know that in May, we attended the Boston Harbor PTA Safety Night. And that's the only event that we actually participated in May. For June, we have a whole bunch of things going on. We've got the South Bay Elementary Egg Drop, Boston Harbor Elementary Field Day, South Bay Elementary Field Day, and the Boston Harbor Zoom Off to Summer last day of school event. And then we've been making many posts, and I was gonna just let you know that the most popular post, because we get feedback on that, was a thank you picture of cookies that were delivered here in thanks for the crew, and with cards. Let's see, big thank you to the family that stopped by the station and made handmade cards and chocolate chip cookies to the crew. So they took a photo of it and then posted it, and that's the most popular post that we got in May. So that's our update.
Thanks.
Okay, secretary's report.
I sent out actually Lillian sent out the minutes, and I don't know if anybody had any changes to those.
I sent one comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume that she
I
fixed it
assume
then.
she put it in there.
I would assume that as well. So yeah, I'm looking for approval for those.
Do I have a motion?
Move for approval of the May 12th meeting minutes as posted or as delivered to us.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions on the warrants?
I just had one on, I guess the last page, was number 470. It was for Patton Bodette Pantier and for the work that he was talking about here, but it also mentioned 63rd Avenue Northeast survey.
they're doing a survey of the border lines and a topo of the parcel, which we've never had, so I've asked them to do that as well. So.
Yeah, awesome. Part of our reporting to our other contemporaries about regional collaboration, perhaps. Useful information always to have.
Yeah.
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 Okay, thank you. Dennis.
Okay, any other questions? Can we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the warrants.
I'll second.
Approved in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and now we have the graduation, you just announced that.
And also the other announcement is that the association is tentatively scheduling their annual summer picnic for July 11th.
It's not tentative.
Pardon me?
It's,
Oh, it
it's,
is.
the
It's
time is,
official- The time is.
time is
The
TBD.
time is still to be
Oh,
announced.
the time,
We talked about noon.
noon?
Well,
Oh, noon, okay, there you
open at
go.
11, but eat around noon.
Yeah.
Skip the day.
All right, July 11th at 11.
At Oddfellow.
At the Odd Fellows, yes, and a invitational brochure, whatever, will be coming soon.
I think they had a post on Facebook to put in, they already sent out a thing. Just
Facebook?
respond if you were gonna attend or
monkey
not.
survey,
A survey,
survey
yeah,
monkey.
it was survey, monkey,
Monkey
yeah,
survey.
yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
you know, whatever, those words.
Yeah,
Okay, commissioners' comments.
I've actually got one thing.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
At the last county fire chiefs meeting, we, invited, the county auditor, Mary Hall, to attend the meeting. And actually, she invited herself. Her message was the fact that about complications with the election process and ultimately significant increases in the cost of, hosting a, ballot measure. So, a trip to the bottom line is that, based on what we know today, that our average cost for a ballot measure, usually either ask for the voter approval of a levy lid lift or something, and the occurring board member ballot measures, our annual budget is around about $6,000 a year. And with
To
the things.
submit, something to be voted on, you have to pay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did not know that.
And the costs are distributed based on a fairly extensive formula, but nonetheless, any public agency that has a ballot measure chips in and pays for the cost of the ballot, the total ballot measure. The state contributes some, and I think if there's a federal ballot measure, the feds contribute some as well. But with some of the complications she talked about, it looks like the cost could climb up to 14, 15,000.
Ripples.
Really?
Just. if
What's the
you-
reason for the
anybody
increase?
running-
Pardon?
What's the reason for the increase?
Well, the mailing thing has a lot of complications, lower state contribution, potentially lower federal contribution. And, the revenue goes down, but the costs don't change. And they're raising the bar on the security measures that are necessary to cut off.
They could go back to the old way and just have everybody come and sign it in a booth instead, and it's all volunteers that run it. You didn't have to mail shit in.
Actually, not volunteers.
They're paid.
Yeah, they're paid. I
Oh,
mean, they're paid
people-
minimum wage, but they're, yeah.
I thought.
Actually,
I thought it was a
having
volunteer thing.
polls are far more expensive than the mail-in. And this is not assuming polls, setting up polls.
Yeah.
And that, depending on what happens legislatively, who knows? But anyway, there's nothing we can do about it. It's kind of a, guess what? So,
Okay. Any, commissioner comments?
I do have one thing I'd like to add, if I may, along with the graduation for the firefighters, there's also an EMT class graduating next Monday, as a matter of fact, the first one. And it's, I've got the flyer, I'll give it to Heidi, but it's gonna be at 6 p.m. also at the Olympia High School. So the first EMT group of the year. So I
Do we
don't
have-
think our station has anybody in this class.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, review and follow up.
yeah. We'll report back on further developments of the collaboration stuff, of course, as we get stuff done.
Well, I guess we adjourn the meeting. It is 5:53. Sorry, I was looking at the 6.
Yeah.
5:53. Meeting adjourned.
It might be a record.
Yeah, I think we did it in 15 minutes one time. I thought we were gonna be about 10 minutes, the way that thing was going. I'm like,
That's right.
then I saw hat and I went, oh, no,
I
that
know.
blew that one.
Long-winded guy, he took so much time, he ruined the whole thing.